Hello learners, I am Parikshit Saikia and welcome to an exciting session on the 99 percentile club. I teach live on Unacademy and I have nearly 9 years of teaching experience. And in today's session, we are going to discuss two amazing previous year LRDI sets. So let's get started. The first set is from the CAT 2019 paper. Okay, so let's have a look. Three pouches, each represented by a fill circle, are kept in each of the 9 slots in a 3x3 grid as shown in the figure. Okay, so as I said, this is from the CAT 2019 paper, right? CAT 2019. So you see the figure? Every pouch has a certain number of 1 rupee coins. The minimum and maximum amount of money in rupees among the 3 pouches in each of the 9 slots are given in the table. Okay. For example, we know that among the 3 pouches kept in the second column of the first row, the minimum amount in a pouch is rupees 6 and the maximum amount is rupees 8. So let's look at the diagram, right? It's quite a lengthy paragraph. So let's look at the diagram. So what are they saying? That every pouch has a certain number of 1 rupee coins and we have a 3x3 grid, right? So if you see each cell, right, has 3 pouches. Each cell has got 3 pouches. Can you see this? Each cell has got 3 pouches. And they say the minimum and maximum amount of money among the 3 pouches in each of the slots are given in the table. As an example, in the first slot, this is your first slot, right? The minimum amount, remember there are 3 pouches. The minimum amount in the 3 pouches is rupees 2 and the maximum amount is rupees 4. What about the third pouch? The third pouch is unknown. And probably we got to determine that. We don't know if we need to determine that, but let's read further. So, for example, we know that among the 3 pouches kept in the second column of the first row, so we try to locate that. This is the one, right? Second column of the first row. The minimum amount in a pouch is rupees 6. So, the minimum amount is rupees 6 and the maximum is rupees 8. So, remember there are 3 pouches, but we have been given the number of only 2 of these. And they say that the numbers that they are given in the cell represents the minimum and the maximum. So can I say the third one, the third pouch which is unknown in each of the cells will have a number which will range between the mean and the max. Correct? Okay. There are 9 pouches in any of the 3 columns as well as any of the 3 rows. So can you see 9 pouches in total in any of the 3 rows as well as in any of the 3 columns. So if you look at column 1, look at column 1. How many pouches you have? So each cell has got 3 pouches. One of them is unknown. So total there are 9 pouches in each column. Similarly, if you look at any row, row wise, can you see row 2? First cell has got 3 numbers. Second cell has got 3 numbers. 1 number unknown in each cell. And third cell has again got 3 numbers. So 3 into 3, total 9 numbers. So basically 9 numbers along any row and 9 numbers along any column. Okay, so I hope you are understanding up till here. Next, it is known that the average amount of money in rupees kept in the 9 pouches in any of the column or in any row is an integer. So important line, I believe, because they are saying average amount of money, right, kept in the 9 pouches in any column or any row is an integer. So average across a row or across a column is an integer. It is also known that the total amount of money kept in the 3 pouches in the first column of the third row is rupees 4. First column, third row. So we are looking out here. We are saying that the total amount of money in column 1, row 3 is rupees 4. Now I want you to pause the video at this stage. Please pause the video. Try the solution, right? There are 3 questions underneath which you see at the bottom of the screen. Try these questions, okay? And then come back and look at the solution. Fine? Okay. So I believe students have given it a try. So now let's look at the solution. So I think there are 2 key clues here. There are 2 key clues. One is that the average across any row or across any column is an integer. Do you see that? Average is an integer. And remember, how many numbers do we have across any row or across any column? 9 numbers. So can I say average across any row or across any column will be sum of the numbers divided by 9. Why 9? Because there are total 9 numbers in any row or any column. And they are also saying that the total amount of money in first column, third row is rupees 4. So let's locate that. First column, row 3 is this one. Total is 4. So we already have 1, 2. So the unknown number has to be 1. Unknown number has to be 1 because total across all the 3 pouches they are saying is 4. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Total they are saying is 4. This number unknown one should be 1. Correct? So every cell there is one unknown number which you got to determine. One unknown number which you got to determine. So I'm just putting a dash, and remember we need to fill that dash. Fine. Also, probably you might want to look at column 2, row 2. Why? Column 2, row 2, the minimum number in the pouch, in this cell, the minimum number in the cell is 1, maximum number in the cell is 1. So that would automatically mean that the third number also has to be 1 because it cannot go out of the mean max range, right? It has to fall within that. So mean is 1, max is 1. The third number also got to be 1. So we have filled whatever we could up till here, right? Next, I think now the only clue which we have not taken care of is that the average across any row or across any column got to be a multiple of 9. So let's take up this. Let's say the number unknown, the unknown number here is, let's say A, this number is, let's say. So can we add up the numbers here? Can we add up the numbers? Let's say column wise. Column wise, can we add up all the numbers? 2 plus 4 plus A. How much is 2 plus 4? Let's add up the numbers. 2 plus 4, column 1. What is the sum of column 1? 2 plus 4, 6. 6 plus 3, 9. 9 plus 5, 14. 14 plus 1, 15. 15 plus 2, 17. 17 plus 1, 18. So can I say sum of column 1 is 18 plus A plus B. 18 plus A plus B. And remember, I'm writing it on the right hand side. 18 plus A plus B. You know what? It is an integer. Average is an integer. And you know what? There are 9 elements. So can I say divide by 9? So 18 plus A plus B should be divisible by 9. And you know what? What are the possibilities? What can be the values of A plus B? What can be the values of A plus B? Can I say A plus B can either be equal to 0, or they can be equal to 9, or they can be maximum equal to 18, right? Why? Because if A plus B is 0, the numerator will become 18 plus 0 by 9. 18 plus 0 by 9 is an integer. Similarly, A plus B, if it is 9, then 18 plus 9 is 27. 27 by 9 is again an integer. Similarly, A plus B can be 18. 18 plus 18 is 36. 36 by 9 is again an integer. It cannot exceed 18. Why? Because the maximum value of A, can it be A? Can it be more than 18? I mean, it can be, but there is no end to it, right? I mean, we can go on 18 dot dot dot, but I think we'll stop here and figure out if any of these numbers are possible. Now think about it. A and B, if you're observing closely, A and B, look at the number. What is A? A has to be between 2 to 4. A has to be between 2 to 4. So can I say A plus B cannot be 0 because A has to be between 2 and 4. So obviously 0 is not possible. What about B? B has to be between 3 to 5. 3 to 5. So what number is possible? Can you have a 9? Absolutely. How can you have a 9? The only way of getting a 9 would be 4 plus 5. Will you agree? The only way of getting a 9 will be 4 plus 5. Why? Why can it not be 3 plus 6? Remember, it cannot be 3 plus 6. Why? Because B cannot be 6. Remember, B has to lie from 3 to 5. B has to lie from 3 to 5. And A has to lie from 2 to 4. The only possible combination is A is 4, B is 5. No other combination is possible. That would mean 18 is also not possible. So what is the value of A? A is 4, B is 5. I'll just write it down here. A is 4 and B is 5. Awesome. I think you got column 1. Column 1, all the values you have derived. Now let's focus on column 2. Let's focus on column 2. Can you add up all the numbers in column 2? 6 plus 8, 14. 14 plus 1, 15. 15 plus 1, 16. 16 plus 1, 17. Plus 1, 18. Plus 2, 20. So let's say this is C. This unknown is D. So can we have the sum as 20 plus C plus 14, 17, 18, 20. 20 plus C plus D, right? Again, the same logic. 20 plus C plus D has to be divisible by 9. So can I say C plus D can be equal to 7? Why? Because if the numerator is 27, then 27 will be divisible by 9, right? Similarly, C plus D can be how much? 27 or 36. If it is 36, C plus D has to be 16, and so on. Let's see which of these are possible. Can C plus D be equal to 7? Let's see. Remember, C has to be from 6 to 8. C can be any number from 6 to 8, and D can be any number from 1 to 2. So the only possibility is 7. How? D can be 1 and C can be, D can be 1 and C can be 6. There's no other possibility. Can it be a 5 plus 2? No. Remember, C minimum has to be 6. So C can be 6. In that case, D is 1. Can C be 7? If C is 7, D is 0, but D cannot be 0 because D has to lie in the range 1 to 2. So the only possibility is 6 plus 1. That would mean C is 6 and D is 7. C is 6 and D is 7. I hope you are understanding this well. It was quite an easy set. Now if you get up till here, right, it seems to be an easy set. Let's create some space, okay, and let's have the third column. Let's have the third column. So in the third column, if you say in third column, there are 3 unknowns. There are 3 unknowns at this stage, and obviously I don't want to increase the number of unknowns. I don't want to increase the number of unknowns. So one smart way of doing it would be, you can definitely add up vertically, but if you add up vertically, there will be 3 unknowns. So why don't we add up, let's say, horizontally? We can add up horizontally as well, right? Let's call it E, let's say this is F, and let's say G. Remember, sum, the numbers, the average, right, across any column or even across any row is an integer. So let's add up horizontally. Let's add up horizontally. So first one, 4 plus 2 plus 4. 4 plus 2 plus 4 is 10, right? 10 plus 6, 16. 16 plus 6, 22. 22 plus 8, 30. Plus 1, 31. Plus 3, 34. So can I say this will become 34 plus E, right, divided by 9. This has to be a multiple. The numerator has to be a multiple of 9. So the only possible value of A is 2. Remember, if E has to be between 1 to 3, because E has to be in the range 1 to 3. So if you put E as 2, the numerator becomes 36, and 36 by 9 is an integer. Super awesome. So A got to be. E got to be. Clear? Awesome. Let's take the next one. Let's take the next one. Next, let's add up again horizontally for row 2. Row 2. 5 plus 3 plus 5 is 13. 13 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. 22 plus 20 is 42. Is 40, right? 42 plus F divisible by 9, divided by 9. So just add up again and just check, cross verifying. 5 plus 3 plus 5 is 13. 30 plus 3, 16. 16 plus 6, 22. 22 plus 20, 42. 42 plus F has to be divisible by 9. Now look carefully. Can F be 3? Looks like F gonna be 3. But ask yourself, can F be 3? Remember, F has to be in the range 6 to 20. F has to be in the range 6 to 20. So 3 is not admissible. So 40, F5, 42 plus 3, 45, not possible. So the next possible value in the numerator can be 54, because 54 is divisible by 9. If we need to have 54 in the numerator, then F got to be 12. F got to be 12. Is 12 possible? Is 12 possible? Absolutely. 12 is in the range 6 to 20. Next, what can be the next value in the numerator? 54. Next can be 63. If you need to have 63, F got to be 21. F got to be 21 because 42 plus 21 is 63. But can F be 21? No. Remember, F got to be in the range of 6 to 20. So 21 is not possible. That would mean only one value was possible, which is 12 in this case, which is 12 in this case. Correct? So we got F as well. Next, G. Next, let's look at G. Add up again. Horizontally, you can add up or vertically, whatever you wish. I'm adding up horizontally. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 7, 11, 12, 14. 14 plus 2, 16. 16 plus 5, 21. 21 plus G got to be divisible by, right? Can you add up again? 3, 4, 4 plus 4 plus 10, 14, 14 plus 2, 16, 16 plus 5, 21. 21 plus F got to be divisible by 9. Got to be divisible by 9. 21 plus G, not F. 21 plus G. So what can be the value of G? G can be 6. Can G be 6? Can G be 6? Can G be 6? Right? I think we took this D, I think 20 plus C plus D, right? 20 plus C plus D. I think we okay, I think we made a small calculation mistake out here. We made a small calculation mistake out here. You see this? D cannot be 7. I think we just reversed it. I think we just reversed it. Can you see this? Yes. So just make sure that C and D, I think C and D, we just reversed it. So just make a small change there. Remember, 20, let's look at column 2. Column 2, 20 plus C plus D should be divisible by 9. So remember, C plus D has to be 7. If C plus D has to be 7, the only possibility is C is 6, D is 1. D is 1. So I think we just wrote D as 7, but here D is 1. Now I think we are fine. Now we are fine. Yes, now this should be fine. Yes, now this should be perfectly fine. Okay, so now when you add up row 3, you will get the answer. Can you add up row 3? 1 plus 2 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 1, 5, 5 plus 2, 1, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, 10, 15. 15 plus G should be divisible by 9. 15 plus G should be divisible by 9, right? So if it is divisible by 9, obviously G got to be 3. G got to be 3. And does 3 lie in the range 2 to 5? Absolutely. You have determined every value in this particular cell, in this particular matrix. Every value, every cell has been determined. Now you are ready to answer the questions. Okay, let's get started. First one. What is the total amount of money in the 3 pouches kept in the first column of the second row? Column 1, row 2. So can you locate column 1 and row 2? Column 1 and row 2 is this particular highlighted cell, right? This particular highlighted cell. Column 1, row 2. So how much do you have? You have, first question is 5 plus 3 plus 5. So answer for the first one is 13. That's your answer number 1. Number 2, how many pouches contain exactly 1 coin? Remember, each of these is a pouch. Do you see? Each of these is a pouch. Each of these is a pouch. So whatever they're asking you, whatever pouch, right? All the numbers that you see represent a pouch. So basically they're asking you how many ones are there. So how many ones are there? Here, row 3, column 1. You have row 3, column 1. You have got 2 ones. So row 3, column 1, let's locate it basically. So row 3, column 1, row 3, column 1 made 2. There are 2 of them. Column 2, row 2, there are 3 of them. Column 2, row 2. So initially 2, column 2, row 2 is 3. Then column 2, row 3 is 1 plus 1, right? Then any other ones? Then column 3, row 1, column 3, row 1, column 3, row 1, there is another one. So total, how many of them are there? Total, how many of them are there? 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1. So total is coming out to be 7. Total is coming out to be 7. Are we clear on this? Are we clear on this? Just count the number of ones. That is it. Count the number of ones. So how many ones are there? Here, 1, 2. Then here 3, 4. Yeah, fine, perfect, perfect. I think that's it. The second answer will be 7. So just make sure that you count the number of ones. I'm just counting it again for your benefit. Row 3, column 1, there are 2 of them, right? So first column, there are 2 of them, absolutely. In column 2, there are 5 of them. In column 2, there are 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. There are 5 of them, absolutely. And in column 3, there is one more. There is one more. So basically, the total is 8. Basically, the total is 8. 8 of them. 8 of them are there. 8 of them are there. So that's your answer for the second one. For the second one. Let's look at number 3. The number of slots for which the total amount in the 3 pouches strictly exceeds rupees 10. It should be greater than 10. So how many of them are greater than 10? How many of them are greater than 10? Can you locate them? So column 1, it is exactly, column 1, row 1 is exactly 10. That will not count. Row 2, column 1. So let's write it down. Let's write it down. Row 2, column 1 is one of them, right? Row 2, column 1 is coming out to be 13. Next, row 1, column 2. Row 1, column 2. Row 1, column 2. Then anywhere else? Then row 2, column 3. Row 2, column 3. So how many of them are there? 3 of them are there. 3 of them are. The last one, it is exactly 10. Exactly 10. You're not going to count. So these are your answers, right? This was an awesome set in the CAT 2019 paper. So summary was, first thing, you need to understand it well and then pick up the key points. Remember, the key points over here was that the average across any column or across any row is an integer. And remember, across any column or across any row, there were 9 elements. So basically, we are saying that the sum of numbers across any row or across any column got to be a multiple of 9. If you could figure that out, I think this set was very much doable. Okay, that's it for today's session. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I'll see you in my next session. Happy learning, folks.